a personality shaped by being an athlete and a background in mainstream sports media, I found that the stories I was most interested in telling were the ones often overlooked, the ones that might not otherwise be told, the ones that show the intangible and not just the highlight reel. The Sports Council is about highlighting the great, the good, the unique, and everything in between in the Pacific Northwest sports world. I'm Jamie Council. Thanks for joining me.
You're listening to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, the Tri-Cities leader in sports.
Welcome to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports. Well, we're talking Kamiakin Volleyball, joined by Morgan Schaubel in her 10th season as head coach.
Yep.
And back-to-back MCC champions. That has to feel pretty good.
It feels pretty awesome for the girls. Like, the girls are just putting so much work in, like, the last couple of seasons, obviously the last 4 seasons. They've worked so hard and they have a common goal. And I think that's like huge with them, that they have all buy in. We've talked about it like in years past, that, you know, 2 slogans that we really go off of this with the volleyball team is all in and family. And I always feel like the last couple of seasons, they like have bought that in. And I think that's huge. And that's why they're having the success that they have.
You know, you have that success, and then you look past it and just talking with the girls, I think the first thing out of their mouths were, oh, we want to get the district. And they're always wanting a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've been talking about that every season, that there's just that one little extra thing, that what can we do as a program to like just get that extra notch. And so they have like another goal this season. And so we're just trying to, you know, do piece by piece so they can accomplish that next goal that they have.
Yeah. So coming off last year, losing to Mead in the district, how did you guys feel at the end of last season, obviously having a lot of success?
Yeah, and we lost to Mead, and that was a tough game for us. And then we ended up playing Gonzaga Prep, which was next. Very tough team, and they will be a very tough team again this year.
Yeah.
Beat them, and that was a huge win for the girls, and just a chip off their shoulder a little bit. And then we went into state the following weekend, so hopefully we can continue that success again. Yeah,
absolutely. With the talent around here, we were talking about it right before this interview. Obviously, Kamiakin having some good people reeling at WSU, and then we were talking about Eastern and Gonzaga played over the weekend, and you had Autumn Larson of Kennewick, now a senior, Cameron Hagel of Hermiston, and then Jalen Davenport of Walla Walla, all on the court together.
Yeah.
So that's tough when you say that you are the MCC champion. There's a lot of talent in the MCC.
It is, yeah. I mean, these girls are playing a D1, you know, level of play, and then we also have girls that are in the other conferences playing volleyball too. So it's always a tough battle, no matter what we have that we play against, because there's always just that one, you know, really good player that we have to defend against, or we have to be able to hit against.
You know, success breeds success. So what do you think it is about this area that really drives that that want to be successful in the volleyball world?
I think there's tons more opportunities from, like, even when I was a kid growing up around here, in that they're becoming competitive and the game is just evolving so much more. And I think just their continued success of finding different programs to be part of, like out of season, like from our high school, and continuing to do what's best for them, and training outside of volleyball season. That's a huge success for a lot of these players too.
People on your team are all wearing Brave gear. They're all proud to be Brave. So what is it, I guess, being for them being the student athlete, or just the feeling of the school? Because whenever you play, your student section is loud.
Yeah. You know, we've talked about with the parent meeting, even at the beginning of the season, that we're a tribe. Like, this is like a big group of people that we're all here to support each other. Whether it's in a different sport or in our sport for volleyball. But I think when they come to Kamiakin, it's just like, we're here to work hard. We're here to like be tough and support one another in all aspects of the school.
So in year 10, what has been your favorite memory over the past 10 years? I know that's a tough question. It's my job to ask the tough questions.
I know. There's been a couple. Being a district, when we won the GS, like against the GSL a couple seasons ago, that was a huge match. Last year, it was a tough match against Gonzaga Prep again. We had players that were missing, and so we had to fill in some gaps for those people to be absent, and still winning that game. That was huge. Playing teams in a couple years, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, that had always been our nemesis for multiple seasons, and then beating them for the first time, it's just been huge. So there's always something every year.
Something to celebrate.
Yeah, something to celebrate.
And for you as a coach, do you have any notches that you're like, this is what I want to achieve as a coach? Do you tend to think that way?
Yeah, but it's through the success of the players too. What's their goal? Their goal is to of course, try to go to state again. I think that's for any program though, but they just want now to be on the wall. So they want to be on a wall with getting a place at state. So that's their a huge goal for them this season.
So your successes are to mirror what their successes want to be.
Yeah.
I love the different mindsets of different coaches, and I also appreciate that. And with that being said, what is this group's goals for the 2025 season?
They want to come home with something to put on against the wall, so that they've finished top 6, finished top 8, something to come home with some hardware from state.
So bring home some hardware?
Yes.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the squad that you have this year. Again, we're talking Kamiakin Volleyball. You're listening to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports.
Fall is in the air, and so is the sweet smell of your favorite fair time flavors. Krispy Kreme's Fall Fair collection is here from September 15th through October 5th, and it's everything you love about the fair without the lines. And with school back in session, it's the perfect time to schedule a fundraiser for your school, church, or group. Call us today and let Krispy Kreme help you raise some dough. It's all happening at Krispy Kreme, 2805 Duportail in Richland. Coming with a sweet tooth, leave with a smile.
Living in a rental shouldn't mean settling for poor-tasting tap water. With Soft Water Specialists, you can have pure, clean drinking water in your home easily and affordably. Our countertop filtration system removes impurities, improves taste, and fits perfectly in any rental space. Plus, it can produce hot or cold water. No big installations, no hassle, just fresh, crisp water. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and love your water again. Soft Water Specialists. See why we have a 5-star rating on more than 600 Google reviews. Visit softwaterspecialist.com and love your water where you live.
This is the moment many car buyers wait all year for. The model year-end sales event is on at McCurley Chevrolet. As new Chevy models roll in, remaining 2025s need to move fast. It's the perfect time to trade in, save big, and grab a deal you won't see again till next year. These are the offers people plan around. Get here before they're gone. Experience the model year-end sales event at McCurley Chevrolet. Your way home.
If you've got a winery, brewery, or dairy, why buy industrial parts and supplies from across the country? Central Industrial Sales is your local source for supplies and equipment for the dairy, food processing, winery, and brewing industries. We specialize in custom fabrication, industrial cleaning equipment, sanitary fittings, valves, pumps, chemicals, and many other supplies. Everything's available through our website, by phone, or by dropping by our office. Call 509-375-4032 or find us at centralindustrialsales.com.
You're listening to Jamie Council on the Sports Council.
We're back on the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports, catching up with Kamiakin Volleyball head coach Morgan Schabel in her 10th season as a Brave head coach, and coming off of your 4th straight MCC championship, looking for 5. You have a lot of returners,
yes,
but also you had some big losses. First team all conference was Kennedy Rose.
Yeah, we also had Addie that was on the second team. Yeah, we just been filling in some extra gaps. We've already had a lot of these girls last season already. And so it's just filling in for the next person. So positionally wise, on the outside, we've had Alexa this season. She was with us last year. We've had Gracie. She was, both of them actually had been with us for postseason since their freshman year. Kiala's been with us. She was with us the last 2 seasons, and now this is her senior year. We have introduced a new sophomore on our team, Afton. She plays for both pins and can also play defense for us. Returners for defense is Mandy. We've had her last season. Avery's been with us since her postseason, since her freshman year too. In the middle, we've had Olivia. She's a sophomore. She's new to us this season, and she's doing great. Delaney's been a returner for us since last year, and she's stepping into a huge role that we needed to fill this year as well. We also have Reagan. She's a senior, and she's new to us this season. And then Mia, she's on the right side, and we had her last season as well. And then for setters-wise, the same three that we had last season. So we had Bailey, we also had Sawyer, and we also had Camry.
So what is the position that has the most question marks for you this year?
Question marks. Elaborate a little bit more.
So a question mark means that if a player you saw last season, you know what to expect. And sometimes throwing players that you haven't seen before into certain situations, that might create a question mark of, okay, what might we need to focus on to be the best volleyball team we can be leading up into conference play and up into state?
For opponents and everything. Yeah, that's what's unique and special about this team is like we have 2 pins, on the Tanas. And so all of our outsides can also play right side. And the same thing with Mia can also swing really well on the outside. And so anytime we play an opponent that we need something to fix, like we can just say, hey, this is where we need you on this next play. And they're like, okay, sounds good. Same thing with our defensive players. We can, hey, we need you to move to middle of the court. Okay, now we need you to move you to the left side of the court. And so they're very flexible. And I think that's what's been special about this team, that anytime we play an opponent, we see what we got going on. And if we need to make switches, we can make switches. And they say, okay, here we go.
So the answer to that question is there are no question marks because you guys are so deep at every position.
Yeah, and they're just flexible. They're just great human beings, and they're willing to work hard for whatever needs to be done for this team.
Here, success breeds success. We talk about it with, overall volleyball, but at Kamiakin, just hearing you say that you have so much depth, and part of that is having players that are flexible, that can play on the weak side, play on the strong side, or, play defense. What is it about the Kamiakin volleyball program that makes everybody want to be a part of it?
Yeah, the last couple of seasons, it's been pretty special that these girls have not only play with each other during season time, but then they also play with each other in club. And a lot of them are really good friends. And I think that's been huge the last 5 seasons, is that they're just really good people that know each other. They hang out with each other outside of the volleyball court. And so there's a friendship that extends beyond what's on the court. And I think that's what's been huge the last couple of seasons and why their success has been so huge. Other things like, we've talked before about having a kids camp, and these girls who are seniors and juniors or even sophomores, will have them as leaders. And so for like our campers. And so I think just having them see these older girls and then wanting to, when they're little, come through our program to finally be part of this, I think that's huge. And so building that culture with the little kids for hopefully when they come to us, that they want to be part of this, that we've already established already.
So it's been 10 years in the making.
10 years in the making, yes.
And so we talked about a lot of depth, a lot of returners, but what is a player on the Brave squad this year that people don't know their name that you're really excited to see them emerge in the MCC?
Well, our sophomores have been great. Afton, she's new to us, but people have known her like on other teams. She's a great defensive player, and she can, again, hit on the pin. So she might be surprising that we got this sophomore on our team that can do really well. We have one of our starting middles is Olivia. And again, she's a sophomore, and so people don't know who she is, but she's very quick. And so she's, again, filled in a really big role that we had graduated from last year.
Dates that you might have circled on the calendar, who in the MCC might contest you guys for your coveted 5th straight MCC title?
We went to 5 sets with Hermiston. They're a tough defensive team. Southridge took us to 4 sets. They're a very scrappy team, so we had that in our mindset already. Canoic always is a tough game, no matter if we play them here or even away. So those are our teams that we're always looking out for. Richland, of course, they always have some big middles, good outsides that we have to defend, and we went to 4 sets with them too, or 3 sets, but we had to defend against those outsides.
So with the MCC, you guys know each other very well.
Yeah.
What is the relationships like between the coaches? I love asking this question.
Yeah, well, a lot of them I used to coach club with, so there's been mutual respect. I've known the Kanoic coach for a long time, since we were in college and played against each other when we played at the Falls versus CBC. So the Hanford coach, the Richland coaches, we did club together. And then Chanda over at Chiawana, I've known her for a long time since she was in the program at Kamiakin too. So a lot of these coaches, and then Kylie, who's over at Southridge, she was at Chihuahua when I was coaching here. So it's like a full circle that we all get to know each other.
Okay, so do you guys kind of talk outside, or is it separate?
Just like we've always known each other, whether they're playing and I was coaching, or we've been at the same high school together, or we played against each other in college. It's just like now we're back at home and now we're all playing against each other.
When it comes to game time, is it kind of like game face, or is it friends face, or what's the vibe?
It's always game face. Right. It's always game face.
And then after the game,
then it's mutual, of course.
Okay. I love kind of learning the tea within the coaching arena.
Yeah.
We've chatted about this before, but besides coaching, what do you do?
I'm a teacher. I'm at a middle school. I teach 6th grade English and also ancient history.
So you're recruiting at the 6th grade level?
Sure. Getting them introduced to volleyball, like where I teach is not necessarily they all come to Kamiakin. They go to other high schools and stuff. But I get them started into loving volleyball for the first time.
Yeah, put up your Kamiakin stuff everywhere. Yeah. Volleyball is great.
Yeah, talk about it every Monday, the news for the weekend.
And being at Kamiakin, what has changed the most in the last 10 years?
Playing wise, or elaborate more on that one?
I guess I'll let you take it where you kind of see the most change.
I went to high school here myself and played here. And so again, the game has been evolving so much. It's just so much faster pace. People are hitting harder. I think that's just the biggest change from the first day I started here to now.
And what about walking through the halls? Not on the court, but off the court. What's changed about Kamiakin High School since you were a student here?
The culture for sure. Like when you have Ren Kano in the stands and having that team spirit, I think that's been a huge shift for me from being here versus high school.
So it kind of continues the culture that you've been talking about of Kamiakin.
Yeah, it's just the population of the student population here. Yeah.
So great conversations, but circling back to this season in volleyball, we talked about the goals of the team. In your eyes as a coach, what will it take for this squad this year to achieve their goals?
Continue with their defense that they're doing right now. They're having a lot of success with their defense, and then continue to work offensively so we can compete at that next level. So that's what we're working right now is finding ways to hit differently in different spots on the court so we can be as just aggressive as someone at the next level.
Well, thank you so much for your time and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Again, Morgan Schabel in her 10th season with Kamiakin Volleyball, Braves 4-time MCC champions. And when we come back on the Sports Council, we'll hear from a couple of the players. You're listening to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports.
If you've got a winery, brewery, or dairy, why buy industrial parts and supplies from across the country? Central Industrial Sales is your local source for supplies and equipment for the dairy, food processing, winery, and brewing industries. We specialize in custom fabrication, industrial cleaning equipment, sanitary fittings, valves, pumps, chemicals, and many other supplies. Everything's available through our website, by phone, or by dropping by our office. Call 509-375-4032 or find us at centralindustrialsales.com.
Fall is in the air, and so is the sweet smell of your favorite fair time flavors. Krispy Kreme's Fall Fair collection is here from September 15th through October 5th, and it's everything you love about the fair without the lines. And with school back in session, it's the perfect time to schedule a fundraiser for your school, church, or group. Call us today and let Krispy Kreme help you raise some dough. It's all happening at Krispy Kreme, 2805 Duportail in Richland. Coming with a sweet tooth, leave with a smile.
This is the moment many car buyers wait all year for. The model year-end sales event is on at McCurley Chevrolet. As new Chevy models roll in, remaining 2025s need to move fast. It's the perfect time to trade in, save big, and grab a deal you won't see again till next year. These are the offers people plan around. Get here before they're gone. Experience the model year-end sales event at McCurley Chevrolet. Your way home.
Hi there, it's me, the water boy. Are you tired of water that doesn't taste or smell right? Woo! At Soft Water Specialists, we can remove contaminants and odors, leaving you with better tasting water. Your appliances will last longer, your clothes will be softer and brighter, and your skin and hair will feel incredibly clean. And right now, get 0 down and 12 months same as cash on all our water systems. To transform your water from H2O no to H2O yeah, call Soft Water Specialists today.
Listening to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, the Tri-Cities leader in sports.
I'm Alexa Bilodeau. I'm an outside. I'm a junior.
I'm Bailey Vladimirov. I'm a setter and a senior.
So coming off another conference championship, 4 in a row, looking to make it 5. How's this season been going for you guys so far?
It's been going really well. I feel like, we've had a lot of success so far, so hopefully we can keep that up.
Yeah, we've been working out kinks at the beginning of the season, and we're playing smoother and playing more as a team the further we get into season.
That's always the goal, is to be playing your best volleyball by the end of the season. And a lot of groups have come through here. What makes the group this year in the 2025 season so special?
We have a lot of returners this year. I think we're at 10.
Yeah.
And a lot of these girls have been playing together for a lot longer than even high school. They play together in club. That's mostly your grade and your group of people.
Yeah, we have tons of juniors. So we've been playing together in club since we were young, since middle school mostly. So we've all known each other. We've been friends on and off the court and just kind of created a family.
Yeah, watching you guys play, everybody's really close, celebrate each other's wins, shove it in their face just a little bit in the losses.
Necessary.
It's necessary when you talk about that family aspect. So what goals do you guys have for this year's squad?
First of all, MCC champs, and then we're eyeing districts again because we weren't able to get that last year, and we want to see that title again. It's the first main 2.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, we're also trying to place at state this year. We want to bring home hardware. We've gone to state for the past 4 years now.
Something like
and
that.
We're looking to bring home hardware this year.
Yeah, the loss to Meade last year was a tough, it's always a tough one.
Yeah.
And in order to achieve those goals, what do you guys think it's going to take right now? Because it's all about those building blocks.
I think starting strong. So far we've had a good run, and just keeping that up and pushing each other. Like you said, we do rub it in each other's faces just a little bit. So then we get that feeling of loss because we hate it. We don't want to feel like that. So it's pushing each other and holding each other accountable when it matters most.
Yeah, and on the court, working on those technical aspects. In that drill, we were focusing on covering our blockers, covering our hitters, because that's somewhere that we definitely have room for improvement and can get us a lot more opportunities to score points.
And over the past season, how would you say each of you has improved your game the most?
I'm working on getting my balls all the way to the pins. That's a big thing for me, is making sure that my sets are where the hitters need to be on the net, a good distance from the net as well as far enough out. And I still have room for improvement on that, but that's my biggest thing that I'm working on.
I would say finding spots. I like the aspect of being to play smart. So if I can gain more IQ in the game, and especially back row and serving, knowing the game a little bit more and just finding those spots.
Being a Brave, the volleyball program, having the success sometimes breeds success, that you have more people come out, and sometimes you're sitting, a little bit deeper in the depth chart. What does it mean to you guys to be a part of the Kamiakin Volleyball program?
Oh, that's a tough question. It's all about being a Brave. That's a big thing, is we're here for our teammates, and we're here to improve each other and improve the team. And we really focus on that family mentality, and it's just part of that culture. And then it's just a great culture to be a part of. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, coming to camps as a kid, I saw how good the girls were and how much fun they were having. So coming in as a freshman, I was with some of my favorite people, Peyton Arlen and Riley Dolvin. Yeah. And so seeing them play and watching their success, it definitely made me want to and to carry that on.
Yeah, I watched a lot of games in middle school, and it was always fun to look at Kamiakin play and be I'm going to be there. I'm going to play for that team as soon as possible.
Bailey, for you being a senior, what's next?
I can't. I'm not playing in college because I have a lot of chronic injuries that I'm dealing with in my arm and shoulder and neck. So I was looking to play in college for a long time, and then those kind of developed, and I've looked elsewhere for fun activities to do. Yeah.
And what about to study? Do you plan on studying?
I want to study biomechanical engineering and then go into prosthetics.
Okay. So you're smart.
I try to be.
And I know you're still working on it, but I see you wearing a Central shirt.
Yes.
What are your plans?
I would also like to play collegiately. I mean, that's the dream. I'm working towards that. I know I still have this year and then obviously next year.
Yeah.
And a couple club seasons left. So hopefully I'll find somewhere and be able to continue with the sport that I love.
And have your brother be able to give you some pointers.
Exactly. Might not be the same sport, but I'll always take it.
People that know the Braves know the Bilodeau name, and thank you so much for your time and best of luck this season.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Well, that'll wrap up this week's show of the Sports Council. Thank you for joining me on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports. A reminder, the Sports Council happens 4 times a month, 11:30 a.m. on Thursdays. But you can listen to this show not just over the airwaves at 11:30 on Thursdays, but also on demand at 1340ESPNradio.com via podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search for the Sports Council. And it's also available via YouTube. So lots of ways to listen to the Sports Council and support our local sports community. I'm Jamie Council. Now we go back to your originally scheduled Seattle sports programming.